Welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. So over the last couple days, the market has been pretty volatile, and I do believe that this is going to continue throughout the week. But the good news is that we now have Bitcoin creating some higher lows on the lower time frame, and even right now, we are up about 5% on Bitcoin. XRP is up about 10.31%. Love to see that. And even right now, across the board for the top 100, we are still seeing some nice gains. Obviously, some of them still bouncing off of the lows, so we're not still, breaking over like the 2024 highs if we're going back to like December. But hey, things are still looking pretty good, and I'm not going to hate on green in the market, especially during this time right now, after what we just went through. But for the most part, things are looking pretty good. This is what Bitcoin's overall structure looks like. If we go to the actual chart here for the last 1 month, you can kind of see those higher lows being printed in on this chart, which, hey, we love to see that. Now, what we want to see is some higher highs. So let's see if Bitcoin can break over $95,000 by the end of this week to really kind of put in not only a lower time frame higher high, but potentially a macro, higher time frame higher high, which means we're not just talking about breaking over 95K. No, we're talking about the macro. So we're talking about breaking over technically $110,000. But first, the lower time frame is definitely the big focus. So we want to break over 95K, and then from there, we really kind of talk about breaking over 100K and then going to 110K plus. Now, we definitely are focused on XRP obviously as well, because, let's just be honest here. We want to see XRP make history. We want to see a complete break of the previous all-time high, even though a lot of people have said that we are already broken over it. $3.84 is what I kind of go off of, simply because I want to see a new all-time high on coin market cap. I think that it will just be, something glorious to watch. But, so far on XRP, we are kind of seeing the same exact structure as Bitcoin. I mean, nothing really has changed here. We want to see $3 broken on XRP, and then from there we do target the highs previously, which was about roughly like $3.40 some cents. But so far the higher lows are definitely looking pretty good here, and we'll definitely keep a close eye on that for the end of the week. Now, outside of all of that, let's actually talk about some big news that just dropped over the last 24 hours. And let's actually start off with the meeting coming up this Friday. So everyone is anticipating this being a very big meeting for crypto, which I do believe that it's going to be. So we actually have a few posts from Eleanor Tourette over on X, and we have Scoop. As of this morning, the official invites for Friday's White House Crypto Summit have yet to be sent out. The guest list, according to two sources close to the proceedings, will be smaller than previously anticipated and feature industry bigwigs like Saylor, which I don't really consider Michael Saylor a bigwig, because let's just be honest, this is somebody that just flew into crypto back in 2020 into 2021 and just continuously pumped Bitcoin and shilled it, and now all of a sudden he's some big name in the space. Again, it doesn't make sense to me, but it is what it is. Anyways, outside of that, we do have the gathering of around 20 to 25 people will be a roundtable setting at the White House and include other members of the Presidential Working Group on Digital Assets, which is why the industry invites will be fewer. Unclear as of now who, aside from Bo Hines and David Sachs, will be in attendance, but if you go back to real Donald Trump's executive order, the PWG also includes Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent, Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, Attorney General Pam Bondi, the SEC Chair, CFTC Chair, and others. A larger invite-only reception is being planned across the street from the White House for those not invited to the roundtable meeting. This is all happening in real time with plans not 100% finalized, so things could change, but that's what I'm hearing at this hour. Now, again, I do think that there's going to be a lot more information coming out behind this event as we do get closer to Friday, but so far this is basically what we do have. But we do have some more confirmation of some of the attendees that are going to be there, so here are those confirmations. So far we have Saylor, David Bailey, Matt Huang, JP Richardson, and then of course we have a few other individuals from like Multicoin, also World Liberty Finance. Then we also have Chainlink co-founder Sergey. We also have Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong, which is going to be great. Robinhood app CEO Vlad Tenev, and then of course Kraken FX CEO as well. Now, everyone is also wondering, is Brad Garlinghouse going to be there? We're going to get to that here in a second. Here we actually have a little bit more information behind it. So new, a little bit more detail here. Invites were sent to attendees via email this afternoon. Per the email, the event is scheduled to go from 1:30 p.m. to about 5:30 p.m. No further details in this missive beyond time and location. So again, there's not a lot of information coming out behind all of this. We're still kind of in the dark on a lot of things, but a lot of people have been, speculating on if Brad Garlinghouse is going to be there or not. He did say that he was going to be there. This is the announcement actually from Brad. I read it in the video from yesterday as well. So I've said this before, the crypto industry will achieve our goals and beyond if we work together. Appreciate the crypto president, real Donald Trump's vision of the government digital asset reserve representative of the industry. Maximalism is the enemy of the industry's progress. Glad to see POTUS recognizing we live in a multi-chain world and that we're finally moving past Bill Hinman and the Biden administration's SEC's very broken thinking. I will certainly continue to champion this while in Washington at the end of this week. So again, we don't know if this was confirmation from Brad or not that he's going to actually be included, or if he's just going to be in Washington. In my opinion, I think that he's going to be included in this because, again, it just makes a lot of sense. But if the emails or if the invites were actually sent via email, this afternoon, which is technically today, yesterday, if you are being specific on timeframes, but this, I feel like we would have got a little bit more confirmation from Brad or something, but maybe I'm wrong. In my opinion, why do I think that Brad will be there? Well, because we know Ripple and XRP are always grouped together, and we know that XRP is included in the official US crypto reserve. So it just makes a lot of sense to have players from those projects. So Solana will be there as well. Probably Charles Hoskinson, right, because of ADA. So that's who I'm, predicting will also be there. But again, the reason why I'm saying that is because of the reserve, but also because of how big these companies are in the US. I mean, right now, if we actually go over here to the top USA coins, we know XRP, Solana, and ADA are the top three, which is why I think that they are also included in that reserve. But also on top of that, if we go back over to the confirmation list, we have major projects and players from those projects included at this meeting. Why wouldn't Ripple be there? It just makes sense to have Ripple there. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Brad will be there? In my opinion, I think that's basically guaranteed. But outside of that, we also got a pretty big update earlier today, and this is the big news. I think that everyone should pay attention to this because we have been witnessing a lot of the big moves against some of the previous obstacles that were in place from the previous SEC. And here we actually have from David Sachs, the White House is pleased to announce its support for the CRA introduced by Ted Cruz and Mike Carey to rescind the so-called broker DeFi rule, an 11th hour attack on the crypto community by the Biden administration. Guys, this is a huge move. And for anyone that was kind of confused on what this is, here we actually have a big update regarding it. So it's a big day for DeFi. By the way, this is Kristen Smith from the Blockchain Association. So it's a big day for DeFi and the U.S. crypto industry. A bipartisan group of senators, including 18 Democrats, just voted to repeal the DeFi broker rule, which would have crippled DeFi in the U.S. Thank you, Ted Cruz, for your leadership to help kill this rule for good. It's a hopeful sign for bigger things to come from Congress. This is the most pro-crypto Congress ever, and this effort was the first moment to convert that sentiment into action. This bodes well with the efforts to design and pass stablecoin and market structure legislation. In January, we laid out a consensus view on digital asset market structure principles. Point 2, innovation and competitiveness for U.S. businesses. The effort to repeal this rule should be seen as part of a broader move to keep crypto in the U.S. We will continue to work with the House and Senate to encourage the swift passage of this CRA and continue to advocate for DeFi and the broader industry on the Hill to ensure crypto innovation can thrive in the United States. We thank the Senate and the White House for their support in rolling back the broker rule once and for all. DeFi is an American strategic strength, and today's action helps ensure it will continue to develop on home soil. So this is very, very exciting. I also think that this is why Uphold recently started to offer staking again for US-based clients. So I'm actually very excited about all of this. And we did, of course, get the big update from the Blockchain Association for quoting this as well, because again, Kristen is the CEO of Blockchain Association, and we have today's overwhelmingly bipartisan vote in the Senate to pass Ted Cruz's CRA resolution to roll back the DeFi killing broker rule marks a bright day for DeFi and the American crypto industry. Guys, the moves that we have been seeing over the last couple of weeks, the last few months as well for crypto is it's so amazing to see. It's actually refreshing to see because, you know, we've been here for so long, and you know, it was definitely a dark time. If you guys were watching the channel going all the way back to like 2022 with Luna and FTX, and then, you know, during the end of 2022, guess what we saw? We saw big attacks on the industry. It felt as if everything around crypto was just dark. Things were, you know, very rough. It's not just about price action. No, it was about the moves against the industry from these big regulators, from these big organizations. And we thought that it would never end. We thought that, you know, this space is trying to get crushed completely so that the big players like Wall Street giants and asset managers, and even though they are here and they are here in a big way, we thought they were going to be the ones in control of everything. And it feels as if that's all changing. It feels as if everything is starting to, the clouds are starting to go away and the sun is starting to shine again, which is very exciting to see. And I think that we are going to see innovation thrive in the US. And I also think that DeFi itself is going to grow even larger. I mean, right now, if we actually look at the DeFi space, and I've always said this, right? The DeFi market is absolutely massive. So it's actually not even listed here. So let me go and grab it for you guys. But the DeFi market itself is such a crucial piece of this industry. 112, almost 113 billion dollars. We're not even talking about total TVL, by the way. Like, Ethereum's not even listed on here, and Ethereum has over 1,000 plus protocols tied to it around the DeFi market. It's such a massive, massive category for crypto. If you go all the way back to DeFi summer of 2020, that's what really ignited the big bull run of 2020 to 2021. And DeFi giants during that time, like say for Chainlink, were one of the biggest winners. I mean, these were some of the biggest gainers back in 2020 into 2021. I mean, even if we go off of the lows from like the COVID crash, right? $2.11. Guys, Chainlink ran all the way to $52.24. And if you got in on the lows back in like 2019, which guess what? I didn't, but I know that a few people that actually did. This thing ran from like 50 cents all the way up to $50, which is just crazy to see because that's well over a 100x. So DeFi will always be a big category in this space. It will always be a big space of crypto. In fact, I feel like DeFi is one of like the original, it's one of the like original pieces of what crypto really was meant to be, which is decentralized finance. You being your own bank, you being able to achieve financial freedom, you know, through putting your money to work. Right now in traditional finance, in the traditional world, it's basically impossible for you to put your money to work because inflation is eating away any sort of amount of money that you would gain on putting your money to work. So when we think about DeFi, yeah, they tried to crush it. They tried to kill it. They were scared of DeFi. The big banks were scared of DeFi. So I'm very excited to finally see a lot of this stuff getting completely torn down and for this industry to actually thrive. It's the same thing with like SAB 121, right? Banks should be able to offer crypto services. They should be able to hold crypto as well. So the fact that all of these roles that were put in place previously, they're all getting torn down. And that's what's really going to unleash this space in such a big way. And I'm very excited to see crypto thrive and see where we are in the future. I think that this space is going to be absolutely massive. I've always said it. You know, this space will 100x from here total. And I'm very excited about that. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because I'm more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.